Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to Gunner Shot. Today I've gone live uh, just after seeing an important article on Bangladesh. Uh, I know not many people will attend it live, but I'm sure you'll see it later. And this is the topic Bangladesh and an image of itself. Why did I do this? Look, these days I get the feeling that in Bangladesh, uh, there's a strange phenomenon happening. And what's that strange phenomenon? Old friends are new enemies, and new enemies, or rather, old enemies are new friends. So let me repeat it. Old friends are new enemies. Old enemies are new friends. That's very funny, isn't it? But that's the way Bangladesh is evolving these days. And I think we have come to a stage with Bangladesh where we have to take some tough decisions. And we have to take, I wouldn't say a hard line, but a tough line. And we have to take an uncompromising line. Oh, is it a threat to us? I don't think so. But will it become a threat to us? I definitely think so. So before we go to the time when Bangladesh becomes a threat, I think we need to start acting on it. But what is the basis of my talk here? Why am I talking like this? Recently the uh, chief of Bangladesh army, he came up with a interview in Prathamalu. He gave a point of view which is quite balanced. We'll go over it. And today I came across a front line in one of their daily star centerpiece that Bangladesh is at its strategic crossroads in 2025. And I found the logic of that quite interesting. And the logic is that Bangladesh has an image of itself which is quite unrealistic. And that image I would like to put across to you. And then we'll see where it goes from here. So that I think we need to understand Bangladesh in its entirety. Right. So this is what the chief said. We are amid a new dream, a new time of transition, which I thought is right. After all, they are. So let me go over a few questions which were asked to him. So Prathamalo said, the army is a part of the government. Does the army have any anxiety concerning the present circumstances? Now, General Wakad says, yes, he's got some problems. And I'll not read through the entire answer. He says he's got some problems. Problem is that the Bangladesh army is still out in the field. It's not come back. And from his talk, it appears that the situation is not normal. The law and order is not normal, and the police have not come back to help them. And he feels that if the army is kept committed, there are going to be problems. There are going to be problems for the army, and there are going to be problems for uh, Bangladesh. So he's hoping that the police come back and take over the law and order. Very serious issue which is brought out. Like next, he's been asked about the political situation out there. He says over the past 15 years, the administration, the police, and the judiciary, businesses, and various systems of the state have collapsed. It will take time to restore these things to normalcy. He says, yeah, I mean, that's the narrative which is going out about in Bangladesh, that in the past 15 years, everything collapsed. What he says, he's given a very diplomatic answer. He says it will require political parties and government, politicians, everyone to come forward. And going ahead will not be possible without good politics and without a political government. He's made a very significant statement. So he says you need a political government, which is not there today. And this he doesn't visualize. He's given a lot of indications in this. That's why I said, let me share this interesting article with all of you. He's not confident of this present government. So it's at a crossroads, like I keep saying. You forget the fact that old enemies are new friends and new friends are old enemies. Uh, that's one way of that's a cliche one way of looking at it. But there is a genuine problem, okay, in Bangladesh, which it has to resolve for itself. Okay, and this is a very interesting thing which is spoken of, and this concerns India. He says we have many issues with India pertaining to water, the border, and more. We have recently seen and heard of talks being held on certain unresolved issues. So, what does he said? I think this is a very important thing. So, I'll read it out and I'll keep analyzing as I read it. He says India is an important neighbor. We are dependent on India in many ways. So, he's brought this point of dependency. And India is getting facilities from us too, which is a reality, correct? A large number of the people are working in Bangladesh, formally and informally. Many people go for medical treatment in India, which I've been saying. A lot of people come, even in Apollo here in Chennai. I see a lot of Bangladeshis, right? We buy a lot of goods from them. So India has a lot of interest in Bangladesh stability. This is a give and take relationship. I've always maintained that. Absolutely correct. This means be based on fairness, again, a right statement. Any country will want to get benefit from the other. There's nothing wrong in that. If we want to extract our benefits, then we are to blame too. We must look into these matters. We have to maintain good relations based on equality. The people in no way should feel India is dominating over us, which goes against our interests. People should not feel in this way. He's telling his own people that you have to deal with it fairly. Today, we are dealing with them fairly and they're looking at us unfairly. That's the point. That's the issue which is coming repeatedly in, you know, my study. Their opinion. And I'll show you because the next article which I'm going to discuss is all about that. Okay, next thing again about India, he talks very deeply. He says Bangladesh cooperation is ensuring security in the northeast region is a major issue for India, which is a fact. A lot of our security interests in the northeast region depend on Bangladesh. They received cooperation from the past government in this regard. And this question is also loaded. The question which is loaded is, will Bangladesh give that cooperation in future? The hidden part of this question. And General Walker has given a very, very good answer, I must say. He says the thing is we will not do anything against our neighbor that goes against their strategic interests. He's very clear, categoric. At the same time, we will expect that our neighbor does nothing that is contrary to our interests. When we look after their interests, they will look after their interests, our interests, with equal importance. And that's what we've been saying. That was actually the deal with Hasina. You look after our interests, we look after your interests. Don't do anything against our interests. We will do everything in your interest. Even now, that is our stand, and that should be our stand. There's no doubt about it. Okay? Okay. Unrest will not be created in the Chittagong Hill tracts. The stability along the Myanmar border will not be disrupted either. They will not kill our people along the border. We will get our fair share of water. There is no problem with this. Let the relation be on equal footing. I thought all this was a very, 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 very balanced kind of an approach where he says India is its most important neighbor. There are a lot of things there dependent. He's also indicated the dependency on India. He is also indicated that India, Bangladesh will continue to do whatever it takes in the strategic interests of India as far as India looks after Bangladesh's strategic interests. I think it's hats off to him. And he's given a lot of strategic direction to the country. Okay, but that's one part of the story. Okay, that is the army way, and he's kept away from politics. I'm okay with it perfectly. And I said, okay, here it is, things will change. But today I saw this from Daily Star. And I thought I must share it with you without wasting time. You know, is the article is about Bangladesh. See, Bangladesh's strategic crossroads in 2025 and beyond. And here comes the rip. Here comes the rip. I'll go through the various facets of this article, and you'll understand how Bangladesh visualizes itself. I'm I'm amazed at their own estimate of themselves. Okay, but let's go through. I'll not preempt what I'm going to tell. First, they say in this article, Bangladesh stands at a crucial juncture in the emerging contest between US EU led West and Russia China led East. Okay, as both vie for closer ties with the Islamic world. So that's the first point is making. The West and Russia China are tying for a closer, vying for a closer ties with the Islamic world. Is it so? I don't think so. So that's the first problem. The West is there, sitting on top. Russia, China doesn't have a leg to stand on. China doesn't have a leg to stand on in the Islamic world, except in Pakistan. And Russia has been kicked out of Syria. It's gone to Libya. So he says in this new geopolitical order, this is where the chinch comes. Bangladesh, with its rising economic clout, strategic location, and cultural connections. So Bangladesh, as per this author, has rising economic clout, strategic location, and cultural connection, is uniquely positioned to play an important role both as a leader in the Muslim majority world and as a mediator between East and West. So, this is the image Bangladesh has of itself, that it has got great economic clout, it's a rising power, it has the capability to mediate between the world powers, and without it, everything will collapse. Something like that, right? Especially the Muslim world. So, and it's got a great strategic location. With that strategic location, it can dictate everything. Actually, what is it trying to do? In this first paragraph, tells you they are mimicking Pakistan. This is Pakistan's way of thinking. So I see the emergence or the re-emergence or the rebirth of East Pakistan in today's Bangladesh. I'm making a loaded statement. It's okay. This is something which we have to factor in. Okay, what is the next thing? He says Bangladesh, despite its historical tensions with Pakistan and regional challenges, has the opportunity to transcend past conflicts and build new alliances that emphasize mutual benefit, particularly in trade, security, and energy. तो पूरा जो हुआ है पहले उसको भूल जाओ, पहले नया शुरू करो. किसके साथ? पाकिस्तान. Despite its historical tension. Okay. Right. Just as the US and Japan rose from the ashes of war to become strong allies, Bangladesh, along with its promising neighbors, could forge partnerships that not only promote regional stability but enhance the country's global standing. So he has got strong allies, strong neighbors, Bangladesh, promising neighbors. भैया तेरा एक ही नेबर है इंडिया, दूसरा नेबर तो वो म्यांमार है, वहां से तो आपको वैसे भी फटी पड़ी है. So see this image. They want to rise like Japan and become a superpower. Some okay thinking. Okay, then see the grandstanding which goes on in this article. And this man, whoever the author, has written 3-4 articles like this, and it catches center page in Daily Star. So the public opinion is being shaped as if they're a superpower, or they feel they're a superpower. Without Bangladesh, the world will collapse. Without Bangladesh, India will collapse. and India better be careful of Bangladesh. That's the trend line which is coming out. Okay, Bangladesh policy in 2025 and beyond must be of one of strategic pragmatism, recalibrating alliances. So Bangladesh has to recalibrate its great alliances to safeguard its interests and promote long-term prosperity. It should engage in a multifaceted approach, strengthen its relationship with regional neighbors like Nepal, Bhutan, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Sri Lanka, and Maldives. I don't know whether to cry or laugh. So he doesn't want integration with India for long term prosperity, and he wants to recalibrate his alliance. This is the thinking in Bangladesh. See what the chief says and what this great thinker of Bangladesh says. Okay, multifaceted approach with whom? Nepal, Bhutan, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Sri Lanka, and Maldives. So with these, he is going to build an alliance and become big and rich, or whatever. Prosperity, great cloud, international mediation, all that nonsense. Whatever they do. So will Bangladesh seek a seat in the permanent council for the on the United Nations Security Council? Permanent seat chahiye usko? Something like that. That's the tone which comes out. Just think, in this, there's no India. The chief says, let's go with India. And this man says, no, we don't want to go with India. He's very clear. The thinking is very clear. And this is the public thinking. I'm sure by the end of the day, a lot of Bangladeshis will see this. Already I see a few. Okay. Acha. Then देखो बांग्लादेश में ना जटायु बन गया अभी. Nepal and Bhutan offer untapped opportunities in the energy sector. With Bhutan's vast hydropower resources and Nepal's potential for renewable energy, Bangladesh can diversify its energy resources through collaborative initiatives that provide sustainable solutions for all parties. So he wants to jump across India and get energy from Bangladesh and Nepal. और इंडिया जो है ना ताली बजाएगा या क्या बात है यार. ये देखो ये इनका सोच है. They have to transit through India. They've forgotten. They have forgotten that whatever Bhutan does, India funds. Nepal will not develop anything for anyone, even for itself. That's the history of Nepal. Nepal has got tremendous, energy potential, hydropower, renewables, everything, whatever. But they have not given it to anyone. They have not developed it for themselves. Bangladesh will go and develop it in Nepal and get it. And how will they get it? They'll get through space because China will encourage it. They'll not get through India. India ke baat hi nahi. They don't want India for all this. India is not there. It's wished away. Okay, this is an article which is Bangladesh in a post-India construct. It's in a post-India. India खत्म हो गया, अब बांग्लादेश राज करेगा. Okay, right. Well, I had to see it. The color has gone awful. Okay. Bangladesh relationship with Pakistan, despite historical tensions stemming from the 1971 war, holds significant promise for future cooperation. इसीलिए मैंने बोला ना, एक किसी ने बोला है बांग्लादेश will never become East Pakistan. भैया तो ये तो वही बोल रहा है. तो हम तो कोऑपरेट करेंगे पाकिस्तान के साथ. ठीक है. While two nations have long been relatively estranged, focusing on shared interests such as trade, infrastructure development, and climate resilience could serve as the foundation for a renewed relationship. तो पाकिस्तान के साथ ये ट्रेड करेंगे, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलप करेंगे एंड क्लाइमेट रेजिलियंस ढूंढेंगे. दोनों बैठ के एक कटोरा लेके बैठना पड़ेगा इनको रास्ते में. वैसे पाकिस्तान तो है ही कटोरा कान. So the next thing is very dangerous, and that is something I think all of us in India have to focus on. Those of us who think security, and here I think Bangladesh has to come to heel. He says Pakistan's nuclear expertise, for instance, could help Bangladesh expand its energy portfolio through civilian nuclear cooperation. So they are looking at getting nuclear assistance from Pakistan. So what are the implications? That means grave security implications. And we'll deal with them. Let this come out. Let this roll out. I see some brigadier also responding from Bangladesh. उससे भी बात करेंगे. They're living in cloud nine. I'm telling you, they are living as if India doesn't exist. It's only Bangladesh. So tomorrow's equation in South Asia, not South Asia, in the world will be between global powers called USA, China, Russia, and Bangladesh. That's their visualization. All the best. If they can do it, why not? We'll have a superpower sitting next to us. Okay. Okay. Abhi final na, he talks of India. At the same time, Bangladesh relationship with India, its largest and most influential neighbor. Now he knows. Chavi remains pivotal in shaping its regional strategy. Not their regional strategy. It remains pivotal in India's regional strategy. Okay. Although the relationship has faced challenges following the fall of Awami League in August, the two countries share common security concerns and economic interests that necessitates the collaboration. Long-standing issues over water sharing, border disputes, and trade imbalances should be addressed through sustained diplomatic engagement. Okay. As I've noted in a recent column, India cannot afford to undermine Bangladesh, but Bangladesh can afford to undermine India. That's the sum total of what this man is saying. Fostering a balanced relationship is vital not only for our bilateral well-being, but for broader regional stability in South Asia. So Bangladesh has now become the king of South Asia. As per this, India has to fall in line with Bangladesh. That's the image. All the best. Carry on with whatever you want to do. But there's one question. Some of these which are coming. He says on the global stage, Bangladesh must maintain and even spread its relationship with powers such as EU, US, Russia, and China, while avoiding over-reliance on any single power or market. Who's going to deal with them except China? I'll bet my bottom dollar. All of them will start dealing through India. In fact, they already do that. Beyond global partnerships, Bangladesh role as a mediator between other regional powers. So, अभी mediator, global mediator बन गया. Bangladesh is all set to mediate between Russia and Ukraine as per this. Between regional could become one of its most significant geopolitical asset. So mediation by Bangladesh and Professor Yunus, illegal government with students and writers like this will make them a global mediator. Positioned as a neutral party, Bangladesh can facilitate dialogue between Saudi Arabia and Iran. I can only laugh. I don't know if you people can laugh. I'm sure the Bangladeshis should be thinking like, there are way Jatayu type है ये सब. ये तो इस्लाम का हनुमान बन गया भाई. Okay. So they're going to be the new power in the Muslim world. They will mediate between Saudi Arabia and Iran. Completely mirror imaging a thinking of East Pakistan. So hereafter, my next thing I'm going to do is birth of East Pakistan, rebirth of East Pakistan. Bangladesh can leverage the diplomatic relations with both nations to foster greater unity in the Muslim world, thus positioning itself as a unifying force. So this is the issue which we are going to face from Bangladesh, which I thought I must share with all of you. Okay. So Bangladesh wants to become this great unifying force, this great Muslim power. We, with cooperation with Maldives and Afghanistan and Bhutan and Nepal and Maldives and Pakistan, of course, renew its relationship with Pakistan, get nuclear energy from them. इंडिया तो गया यार, इंडिया तो गयो, कितने गयो, अट्टे गयो. India doesn't exist as per this. In the end, yeah, India has to do everything. Otherwise, we'll sort you out. That's the tone of this talk. See the gulf between what the chief of army staff says. I thought he gave a fantastic interview, a balanced interview, a responsible interview, and see their public. Okay, as both the East and the West seek closer ties with the Islamic world. So East and West want closer ties with Islamic world. That's a statement of fact. Everyone wants closer ties with the Islamic world. Bangladesh, with its growing influence and strategic importance. Dekho, Bangladesh is the lead player in this entire world, right? Stands at the crossroads of this emerging shift. By positioning itself as a diplomatic bridge between the Islamic world and both Western and Eastern blocs, it can catalyze cooperation and assert its influence in shaping the evolving global order. ट्रंप के बाद यही है बांग्लादेश, यूनिस और ट्रंप. ट्रंप जो भी करेगा करेगा, जी जिनपिंग जो भी करेगा करेगा, उसके बाद बांग्लादेश एंड यूनिस विल डू इट. This is their self-image. I don't know how many people have picked this up. Right? I don't know. But, well, look at it. So, but यार ये क्या हुआ? ये क्या बोल रहा है यार ढाका ट्रिब्यून वाला? ये तो बता इन्फ्लेशन. What is happening to inflation? वो तो भूल गया यार, हम तो ग्रेट पावर है. यार बांग्लादेश है, ग्रेट पावर है. थोड़ा बहुत इन्फ्लेशन बढ़ गया तो क्या हुआ? हमारे पास चावल नहीं है तो क्या हुआ? वो भारत है ना, दे देगा. भारत नहीं देगा तो हम सॉर्ट आउट करेंगे भारत को. अच्छा, कल ना गैस चाहिए बांग्लादेश में. नहीं नहीं, क्यों गैस नहीं मिलेगा उनको? इंडिया को बोलेंगे ना, दे दो, नहीं तो हम सॉर्ट आउट करेंगे आपको. पाकिस्तान को लेके आएंगे. वो क्या लेके आएगा? कटोरा लेके आएगा भीख के लिए. It's a pity. It's a pity when these revisionists start thinking that Pakistan is their friend. These buggers have bloody forgotten that their mothers and fathers and uncles and aunts and children were murdered or raped by Pakistan. People should have some sense of their own, what they are, what they were. If anyone, any country touches an Indian, he's had it from me. And that is why I hate Chinese. They wanted to usurp our lands. And these people, this is the Bangladesh. Who raped Bangladesh? Pakistan. What does Bangladesh want from Pakistan? Friendship. Who saved Bangladesh then? Who kept 10 million refugees from Bangladesh and fed them for 2 years? India. We helped them gain independence. The Mukti Bahini was, or first it was the Mukti Fauj, then the Mukti Bahini was trained in India. We went to war with Pakistan for them. This is the Bangladesh we went to war with. इन्फ्लेशन देखो, और ये बनने चाहते हैं ग्लोबल क्लाउड के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. यू डोंट हैव. एंड देन तिब्बत डैम देखो, डैम बन रहा है, चाइना वाला बना रहा है तुम्हारे लिए डैम, उन्होंने पानी बंद कर देगा. तो पानी जब बंद हो जाएगा, क्या क्या होगा? व्हाट विल हैपन? हैज एनीवन इन बांग्लादेश थॉट ऑफ? Whatever happens to India will happen. Don't worry. We'll sort it out. We'll sort out. We'll sort out China. Let me tell you this. What will happen to you? You don't have water in Brahmaputra, Padma, Meghna, all that. The sea will come in. It will get silt. The silt from Brahmaputra will settle on your water beds. It will not get flushed out. So you'll have salinity and rise of the river beds. And then water, the first monsoon, the water will overflow and all of you will be in flood. Ask Pakistan to come and help you out then. Ask Maldives to come and help you out then. Ask people from Afghanistan to send you a relief force. This is the articles you chaps get out. And you expect India to help you? I'm showing you a mirror for the future. Do what you want. Because I'm sure from hereafter, India will respond the way you talk. I have faith in what I'm telling. Because a lot of people are going to see this video. In any case, those who matter will see this video. So your response will be based on the response you get from India will be based on your activities or your action. Okay? Here, look at your own banks, where they are. So you'll become a great superpower. You're still sorting out your banks. You're sending out your MDs on leave. You're purging your banks. Your banks are in a bad shape. You want your government industry to come back. You think it will come back? You think anyone is rushing to come back to Bangladesh to set up their garment industry? So you cancelled this judges program. Happiness. We've saved money. We've saved money. We don't have to train you. Go to Pakistan, get trained. Go to Afghanistan. They've got a great judiciary over there. Okay. And it's not as if everything is lost. Let me also put it across to you. Look at this article. This came over 10 days back. You must read it. And I'll expand it fully. What does he says? He says an honest, patriotic political leadership can transform the nation. So he's talking of honesty, he's not talking of patriotism. So you look at it, Professor Syed Munir Khusru, intelligent chap. What does he say? We have everything except political leadership with wisdom and courage. This is a Bangladeshi top saying that the political leadership doesn't have wisdom and courage, honesty and integrity to achieve our full potential. So just think, here is a Bangladeshi who says they don't have the honesty, they don't have the integrity, they don't have the political wisdom or courage of their political leadership. And here the other fellow who wishes India away. Right? That's the foolishness. And then he says we are already wasted over 20 years since 1991. We cannot not afford to waste another 25 years and end up in the same quagmire in 2050. This is a voice from Bangladesh. So You've seen in the beginning, I've shown you a very balanced opinion. In the end, I've shown you actual thing what a professor says. I'll read this out again. He says, we have everything except political leadership with vision, courage, honesty, and integrity. The political leadership doesn't have honesty, integrity, vision, leadership, courage, and all. Where will this government, where will this nation go? Sandwiched between these two balanced views are that view which is wishing India away, wants to go into bed with Pakistan again, invite Pakistan and become East Pakistan, want to become a nuclear power, want to become a great moderating power, X, Y, Z. So what do we do? See, the fundamental question is, am I interested in Bangladesh? I'm not. Let Bangladesh do what it wants internally. I'm not even interested. I have no talk with Bangladesh. If Bangladesh wants gas from India, it will give it, but at a price. Nothing free. You want electricity, we'll give it. Otherwise, forget it. Don't take it. You want rice, we'll give it. Pay. Otherwise, forget it. Otherwise, go take it from Pakistan. Take it from Maldives. You wanted cooperation with them? Do it. I think India has to start dealing with Bangladesh the way Bangladesh is talking. Not through the government, but through the people. This is a case where the governments want to do well by each other. The people from India want to do well by Bangladesh, but the people of Bangladesh are not prepared. They have their own ideas. So we should now, I think, our government should take heed of the people of Bangladesh. And it is no more a sense of only a few people who have, jihadi ideas, who are anti-Indian, who are speaking like this. I think there's a large majority of Bangladeshis who are going to speak like this. Other day I was doing a show with Tahir Gora. He says even there, Bangladeshis in Canada have started thinking like this. There's a change. There's a change in the perception of the Bangladeshi mindset. So if there's a change in the perception of the Bangladeshi mindset, there should be a change in the perception of Indian mindset of Bangladesh. And I'm now convinced, unless there is a drastic change in the way things go along, we need to deal with Bangladesh as it behaves. Not what its government says, because the government is completely out of control. It's very clear, out of control of the people. Law and order is poor. So that's how it is. And I'll end my podcast here and I'll take some questions. But before I take questions, I'd request those of you seeing Gunner Shot for the first time, please do subscribe. Those of you who want to contribute to a good cause, become members. And if you like this, do press the like button. Okay? So that's how it is. Let me take a few questions. Yeah, by the way, evening China, we'll talk of China as normal. This just came out. I thought I must speak after seeing that article. It's a very important article, right? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, there's a little mess up which happened. So let me get back to normal. Technology, how it is. Okay, let me go through a few questions. Yeah. China wants to give everything to Bangladesh right now to enhance better friendship between both of the countries. Why India is not negotiating for a betterment relationship? Hey, you think China is prepared to give them anything? Sorry, no. We are giving them everything. Did China give them rice? Is China giving them water? I told you, China is only trying to sell weapons to them. Okay. Don't be under any impression that China wants to give. Can China give anything? Has China given anything to Maldives? So let's go. Don't make these narratives that China will give everything to Bangladesh. If Bangladesh wants to get everything from China, let it go. Let it go. Don't give them water also. Put 4 more dams. Yeah. How do you find time to access all the information in spite of your busy schedule at IIT? Well, one finds time if you're interested. Mm. Yeah. Not the way to restore trust to use political will. Good luck with that. I have all respect for you because you're not like others. I will grab this part of Bangladesh and so on. We want a mutual friendship, not treat like a colony. Take care. Unfortunately, we don't want to treat you like a colony. You behave like you are a colony of yourself. And you've seen this article. I am not fed anything. This is from Daily Star. And this man has written 3 articles so far, and all are offensive against India. We don't want any part of you. But I'm very clear that hereafter, Government of India will treat you the way you behave. India's, I've said many times, India's hand of friendship to Bangladesh started not now in 1970. Those of you who have forgotten your history, 1970 was the time when the Great Famine struck East Pakistan. Yeah, in the context of Bangladesh Myanmar border turbulence and tensions regarding India's northeast region, is South Asia being dragged to irregular. Rabiat Rahman, forget about all this nonsense. We know how to handle all this. There's no South Asia. India's problem we'll sort out. We will sort out. If Bangladesh creates a problem for us, we will sort you out. There's no. You don't assume leadership now of South Asia. South Asia में एक ही leader है, India है. Be clear about it. One thing we can assure you as a citizen that we will never harm your security, even if we get that ability any day. We are a small nation and our focus is only on the economy we respect. Imtiaz, I go with you. I really understand what you're saying. I am not against what you're saying, Imtiaz, at all. But look at your what your newspapers are saying. What is your opinion makers thinking? What are the message they're giving? That's why I said there are two. Bangladesh has acquired an image of itself which is beyond something. And what you talk and what you do are two different things. General Shankar's another astute analysis. He is very knowledgeable. Thank you. This is what we want to do. We still want to be friends with Bangladesh. But does Bangladesh want to be India's friend? From articles like this, it doesn't appear so. If you don't want to be my friend, why should I be your friend? You want to treat me like an enemy, I'll treat you like an enemy. You want to treat me like a neighbor, I'll treat you like a neighbor. If you want to go across to Nepal and all that without India, go. How will you go? Dekh lenge hum bhi. Namaskaram. Thanks a lot, Rajat. Yeah, Bangladesh will never become East Pakistan. I agree with you, but unfortunately, what comes out is something completely different. Yeah, Bangladesh, after way back machine to get mutual grid is a naive nationalistic aversion after pro-liberal hedges at mutual green apple and potatoes by the liberty way through democratic now. Fahim Islam, climb a pole. Just climb a pole. You are not behaving democratically. Okay? When you behave democratically, when Bangladesh becomes once again a democratic nation, then we'll talk to you. Yeah, seems like Pakistani extremist Mollis are misguiding Bangladesh. There's no doubt at all. Yeah. A close relative in BSF once told me government of India told them to be soft on Bangladeshi. Possible, that, to not to ruffle feathers and keep a relationship going. Okay, recently there have been multiple instances of Bangladesh stopping, uh, objecting to BSF fencing. What's ludicrous is that we stepped down despite the fencing being on our land. Don't worry, all these are minor issues. They'll get sorted out. Bangladesh is slowly approaching a red line. They don't seem to be understanding India's red line. The day that red line is touched, India will react the way we have to. Don't worry. These are all minor things. Don't get swayed by that. Um, Bangladesh is going to be renamed as East Pakistan. Yes, I think so. I hope we hope India has a good intelligence gathering network, although we have, there's no problem. देखो, Abu Saleh Khan must be from Pakistan or Bangladesh, one of the two. India, low quality media and shameful newscaster, idiot. Okay, this is original Bangladesh. Make Bangladesh great again by expanding the borders to liberate the Seven Sisters in order to establish a greater Bangladesh so that this country can become the powerhouse of South Asia. So this is your view. And you expect us to keep pet breeders up? We made you, we can break you. इससे ज्यादा बोलूंगा नहीं. Yeah, Rahman, you can't handle Arakan army. What are you talking about expanding borders? Arakan army will come and sit in Dhaka and then you will search for places. Hmm. Yeah, saving the Bangladesh is impossible now. Even God is giving up. Yeah, I agree with you. Let me play devil's advocate regarding India and Bangladesh. Any different? India imports so much from China, yet it is showing ice to them. Bangladesh import is now asserting sovereignty. Same thing. It's not the same thing because Bangladesh is almost 99% dependent on India. Okay, we are not dependent on China that way. There's no comparison. And when you play a devil's advocate, you should use your brain. Yeah, world order will change according to two Bukharestanis, East and West Wall. Yeah, I agree with you. Okay. Sir, can we send this Bangladeshi brigadier to the India to learn something? Why waste our time with him? Let him be where he is. Let him be happy there. Yeah, government of India was soft. That's what Bangladeshis don't understand. They think it's India's weakness. They'll know. Don't worry. No, the day is not far. If Bangladesh continues in this, the day is not far. Okay, how good is the quality of cannabis that grows along the Meghna? Because only after smoking such strong stuff can you think and write and believe in such stuff, begging for rice and showing a size. Yeah, you're right. There must be something there. We should ask those drug cartels from Myanmar to come and investigate here. Uh, Yunus has become Khalifa of the Ummah. Okay. Bangladesh army doing business with the Arakan army shows how weak Bangladesh is. Weak country do business with the. Yeah, I agree with you. There's some problem. Yeah. Yeah, even next Google, Intel, Microsoft, Adobe CEOs are from two Bukharestanis daydreaming at its highest level. Yeah. Yeah. I'll believe in Muslim solidarity when pigs fly. I agree with you. So he says Bangladesh is pure Turkish blood, sir. No, I think they're overrating themselves, right? They have a very high opinion of themselves. They think they've got all brains, everything. That's the problem with Bangladeshis. No, Bangladesh is militarily a strong country. India has no power to hurt Bangladesh. Good, think so. Ancestors must be cursing their kin. The problem is their memory. They have forgotten who raped them. Okay, exact. You don't value your grandparents. How will you value your ancestors? Yeah, I agree with you. Look at this. Modi is waiting for US invitation. Well, BNP's Tariq Rahman has received one. What will he do there in US? He'll be there next to Trump when he's getting swearing in. What a fool, yeah, this brigadier is. Yeah, brigadier, we respect the position you hold if you really do, but if you continue making foolish remarks, we can request General Sir to have you admitted to the India to learn more about that. That's a nice one. Yeah, Imran Khan syndrome, maybe more than that. At times it comes back to what Virender Sehwag said once about Bangladesh. He said, I'm going to hit you to the boundary. And he did. Right. Um, okay. So let me see if there are any other questions. I don't see any other questions much. A lot of comments. Um, yeah, a lot of comments. Yeah. What he says, we get most of our essential at cheaper rate after Hasina's ouster. Our reserve become 3 times after Hasina gone. You should only criticize but also praise. Yeah. ये भी है इनका भी भक्त है ना ये मुस्लिम भक्त है ये यूनुस भक्त है ये ठीक है so you have a lot of such fools in Bangladesh so why should we right let me see if there any question anyone so I don't think let me see the last thing it's a clash of two visions Awami League's secular vision of integrating with all neighbors versus Congress fool's paradise of a caliphate with a sprinkling of small number of kafirs to exploit. I think that's what it is. But forget about the rhetoric of what these Bangladeshis are talking, all this nonsense. Let's be very practical. Shruti Chandak, namaskar. So glad that you made it. Uh, let's be very practical. I think at the end of today's talk, we have to understand that where Bangladesh is, what Bangladesh thinks, what Bangladesh acts, and how it behaves. One thing is very clear, we shouldn't take them at their words. Oh, taking a balanced view, there are people in Bangladesh who realize where Bangladesh stands. Like you saw the chief of army staff of Bangladesh. I have great respect for him. You've seen that Professor Khusru, who said he's been honest enough to admit where he is. I have no problem in their being independent. They must be independent. We never interfered with them. Okay. But their problems are not my problems. Their Bangladesh problems are Bangladeshi problems. If Bangladesh helps us, we'll help them. If they don't help us, we'll not help them. If they misbehave, we know how to sort them out. And we don't have to do anything militarily. The military option is the last option for India. In fact, it is no option for India. Let me also assure you this. But there are many other options open for India to ensure that Bangladesh behaves like a good neighbor. We should be good neighbors. And let me end with this. I do hope one day India and Bangladesh resume to be good neighbors. But that's my hope. But the reality is, it might not happen in a hurry. With this, uh, thanks a lot for attending today's impromptu podcast. I'll be back at 8 o'clock with my regular broadcast on China. Till then, thank you. Have a great Sunday. And Jai Hind.